finally it decided to start working. Okay, there we go. Should be working now. Yes. Okay. So, if you see from the title, obviously this is a late game guide. So this is for if you are in the Citadel, Rebirth 8 plus, and you see videos where people are, Rebirth 8, and they're doing 1 trillion DPS. But you could get higher than that, and for some reason, they're capping at that. So here, let's go to Rebirth Hub, or Hub of Rebirth. So let's say, I don't know, store it all, 10, right, 10 billion. Level 10 billion, you're probably going into the Rebirth 8 area. So with this build that I currently have, Obsidian Skin Chestplate, Mystic Legs, any ring, or any flight ring, Unholy Great Shield, Seeking Crown, Firebrand, Holy Charm, and Mystic Mage Ring. With all this, if you press F, almost 3 trillion DPS. Now a lot of people say that the Seeking Dawupa has been nerfed too much. It's fun to use, but not great. Well, I don't know where they're getting their stats from, because it's the same as before, except now, instead of the Seeking Crown, you want the Wainwood Antlers, you want the Charred Fang, and you want an Ocean Jewel or Aquarian Charm. All this together, around 700 to 800 billion DPS at 10 billion level. Since it scales off of level 32 billion, almost 3 trillion DPS. This hasn't been nerfed too badly, seeming as how magic scales off DPS, and this is a magic build. Oh, hold on, magic scales off level, and this is a magic build. So the higher level you are, the more damage you're doing. Now here, some people might comment, why are you using Obsidian Skin Chest Piece? Why not just the full mage gear? Well, mystic gear. Here. because it's doing less DPS. Now let's do both obsidian skin. Also less. Let's try obsidian skin pants, mystic top, less. So this combo is for the most DPS as a mage. At lower levels, this will definitely not be your good choice, seeming as how you need to do the Sea King for this, you need to kill the Ocean Chronos for this. This is pretty easy to get from the snake in the mines. This is from the code. The only real hard things to get for this build is obviously this, but if you're already Rebirth 8, Rebirth 9, you won't have to worry about trying to get that. All you have to do is just farm Sea King if you have the bazooka. See, you're still doing a trillion DPS, and going up against the Sea King, you will be doing well enough damage. You know, having almost 3 trillion damage per second will insta-kill Sea King. So you won't have to worry about Sea King. What you will have to worry about is getting the 3 items from here. And like I said, if you're Rebirth 8, Rebirth 9, you won't have to worry about it too much. To get the Obsidian set, you farm this guy. See, insta-kill. To get the Mystic set, farm this guy. They will have multiple people around this map who do drop these 2 sets. Another one being this guy. And this guy. See, you just dropped the chest plate. So with these 2 sets, they don't have bonuses. So you won't have to worry about farming them. It's a one and done. But with the Dewupa, having a higher magic resistance shred will definitely be great, seeing as how more enemies have magic resistance, seeing as how they buffed it. That way you no longer need the sigil for magic scaling after level. So the higher level you are, you won't need this anymore. Starting out, it's still good for the magic power, magic resistance, and oh, it's double magic power. Oh well. Yeah, for the magic power and magic resistance. The magic resistance, not so much, but the magic power, definitely yes. Oh yeah. To get the Unholy Great Shield, there's 2 ways you could get it. Way number 1, come up here. If you're going through the Rebirth 5 area, alright, Rebirth 5, you come down here, walk all the way down, it'll be in this main room on the 2nd floor. As long as you have wings, you should be able to get up here, or you could just double jump. Into here. It'll usually be here. Now other things that are here would be this set. I don't suggest the Laurel because it's just way too much. I don't even have enough to buy it, nor do I want to buy it. You could also get the Mystic Lakes here too. And I believe the Obsidian set comes in here once in a while too. If you ever tried buying this, don't. It's not worth it. Yes, to get the shield, you're going to want to come over here to where that boss is and these 2 guys from before. and just jump. Don't worry about fall damage because there is none in this game. And walk over here. Anything past, I'd say, a billion level, you should be able to just kill this guy with magic. Keep your distance. If you have the Dewoopa, you'll be able to come back all the way over here. See, all the way over here, you're hitting it. And because of that distance, if you're not doing enough damage, he will push, like, he'll try to push towards you. Because of all that, seeming as how high the DPS is for the Dewoopa, you will be shredding him. I've seen a lot of people switching away from Dewoopa builds, and I don't know why. It's doing perfectly enough damage. Now this is just for the mage build. For a regular sword build, I'd say either the Chronobona helmet or the Executioner's mask. Right, Executioner's mask. And I see a lot of people doing the Shining gear, but that tanks your speed and attack speed. Speed? Well, minus 4 speed and minus 50% attack speed. Now if it's something like, let's see, where is it? Like the Hallow, Great Sword, it's always stuck at 75% attack speed, so you won't have to worry about it. But what I like using, where is it? This? No, what do I like using? This. The Demon Plate set. If you're wondering how to get these, it will be back a little bit. This guy right here. Oh, back. See, the Dewoopa isn't good for short range. It's good for long range. No, it's just a particle effect. But you come in here, you farm that guy, you can farm this guy, or you could go even farther back. Right in here, if you go straight across, there's 2 more of them here. And if you go here, there's yet another. So that's what? 2, 4, 5 of him. Plenty of places to farm him. You get the Executioner's mask from this guy. Then a lot of people have been using this sword, the Cursed Blade. And then either the Unholy Great Shield, or what was it? This one, the Ocheros shield. That way you get to have a bit of lifesteal. See, you'll be doing 170 per click. Let's reset and test it out in the Realm of Rebirth, or Hub of Rebirth. So as before, let me store all of it. billion. See, you're only doing about 400. Here, let's put on the shining gear. See if there's a difference. See, less DPS means, well, less speed means less DPS. See, these aren't really great for melee, the obsidian skin, but the demon plate is definitely good. It even helps if you have something that'll do burning damage. So this one, no. I have a lower tier helmet somewhere that does burning damage. Can't remember where it is. No, that's true damage. I might have deleted it. Oh, here it is. It's the lava fighter back in the Rebirth 2 area. So you start doing this, you'll be doing burn damage, but you are doing less damage. That's why the Executioner's hat is good, because of the melee damage penetration. Now let's see, Ignition Blade. Oh, lagging. Let's see, not that good. Firebrand. Not that good. Let's go back in time a bit. Let's see, not as good. Popular sword is the Dreadfang. But it's not as good. Let's try the Ocean Nightblade. Not as good, even though it has the speed, it doesn't have the DPS. The Lance. There we go. 100 billion DPS. Let's try this. The big old chunky sword. I'm surprised this doesn't do fire damage. So that's why this sword, Cursed Blade, is your best option. Because it has a decent attack speed and a decent DPS. Let's see. That's... What was that? 290, 436 was the highest. Let's retrieve all of it. See, you do more damage the higher level you are. Looks like 1.4 trillion is your highest DPS. I've been told that mages aren't that great in this game, but I beg to differ. Just putting together a little mage build from earlier. Here we go. Put on Unholy Great Shield, Dewoopa. The Dewoopa was Crimson Fang, Ocean Jewel. And you're doing roughly 2.3 to 2.4, or in between 2.3 and almost 2.5 actually, just for this build. So that's why mages are still in the up. Now, a little blast from the past. The Primal Misfortune. Grab that. Grab the Staff of Deep Oceans. And just click away. 1.2 trillion to 1.6 trillion. And what's even better about this is you just not have to worry about missing. You just have to worry about being close enough. And it has a decent attack speed. And the reason why you grab this staff is because of the cooldown reduction. It might take you about 20 or 30 drops in order to get a high enough resistance penetration, magic resistance. But anything below 70 or anything below like 80, 85, I suggest using the Staff of Mystic. Let's go back and test the damage. Too slow. Also, I will share this speed build. Get you around place to place. But before it was 1.2 to 1.6. See, it'll get you the same DPS. But if you're using the other one, it does fire faster. So here, I'll click as fast as I can. So it seems about 2 seconds per click. Now with this one, it's about 1.5 seconds, or 1.6, 1.7, around that area. All because of that cooldown reduction. It also has 10,000 magic power, but the magic penetration resistance is where it really has it. That's why I say using this one is good, because it has 100 magic resistance penetration. It has a decent attack speed, but only for the staff, doesn't really apply to the helmet, and it has 700 magic power. Now you might be thinking, why isn't this one doing so much more? It's that point. Well, it's that 4 extra magic resistance penetration that's doing all that damage. Now if you're looking for a summoner build, you could use the Sea King Crown, the Dragoon Laurel, or from before in the shop. The reason why I said don't buy it, you'll understand what I mean. Don't buy this in the shop is actually because it's in a physical place and it isn't even that hard to get to. Swap loadout. It's actually in this world. So the fastest way is obviously flying there, but if you have trouble flying and you don't have a flying build or a speed build, come over here, past all these people, go through here. I know this is the wrong area. Let me just check real quick. Oh yeah, this is the right area. So it'll bring you up here. For a lot of speed builds, or just old speed, right? Yeah, a lot of speed builds needs the mood ring. So you could grab that from here instead of grabbing it from the Rebirth 2 area. These guys will drop giant bunny ears for jump height and speed. But if you have the Valkyrie head, you don't really need it. And you just come over here, pass all these people, or if you're wondering how to get the sigil from earlier, it's no longer needed. That drops from right there. And now you come over here, do a little bit of parkour through here, and you'll find him. right up here. It has a lower chance of dropping, but definitely not enough to spend $1 trillion on. Eventually it'll drop, and it'll drop this. What that does is summons this little guy. But what I've always wondered, this guy doesn't have anything summoned from him. So why does his helmet spawn this? No clue, but he is a straw demon, so I guess it's just a demon that you've summoned. Now in order to get more of him, like more of those little floating demons, you're going to want the Dragoon set. Show you how to get that in just a second. Each piece will add 2 additional things to your set. Here, let's switch to a melee weapon. Still one-shot this guy. Let's go back to Hub of Rebirth to test damage. Oh, fell into hell. If you ever get caught in there, there's a teleport to surface. It'll teleport you right there. It's also one of the best ways in order to get to that guy over there for a guaranteed kill without needing to die, because he'll leave you at 1% health. Always. So now, slice once, let them start doing damage. Almost 2 trillion damage. Now you could replace that with the Sea King crown. They do about the same damage, except their damage is, well, their attacks are staggered. Or you could use the Dragoon Laurel, where he is doing way more damage. 1 point off of 2 trillion damage per click, and almost 8 trillion whenever they use their fireballs. Now let's see if he's magic based or melee based. Looks like he's melee based. So let's equip this for the highest melee power. So it looks like melee power isn't what's giving him the DPS. It's in fact, well, this one's good because it does have armor penetration and damage multiplier, flat damage multiplier, which is getting him 2 trillion per click, and then almost, right here, let's actually look at it whenever it comes, 7.12. So 2 trillion per click, 7 trillion every time they use their fireball. Let's see if there's a better shield we could equip to make his damage higher. There's this is damage reduction. I don't have everything in the game, but you know, I don't really need everything in the game. There's this, healing, lifesteal, melee defense. See, that extra melee defense penetration is doing that little bit more. And since it has lifesteal, you're healing every time they're doing damage. And someone with, like around here, only 300 billion health, and he's healing that every time he clicks. let's see. Oh yes, you could probably add Charred Fang to this. It's not really doing much more. It's actually doing worse. What did I have on before? I had nothing on before. Oh. Let's see, if I just equip this from before. Did I get rid of my shield? No. Why did my health just tank? I'm looking back to see what I had equipped. I don't know what I had equipped. Oh, it's the Ocean Jewel. Right, yeah, that's giving me a little bit extra health. Along with the Charred Fang. Yeah, that's what was doing it. So it looks like having this with the magic damage multiplier is doing a little bit. So in terms of DPS, it's definitely this build out of everything. And plus, you don't even have to do anything. So let's show you how to get all three of those items. So come here, there's 3 different spots to get it. Spot number 1, right there. Spot number 2, there. Spot number 3, which I've seen a lot of people not knowing, is if you come here through the deep area and just drop down. They'll be standing right here. Swap. Attack this guy now. There he is. Now he should take over. Let's say I just stand here. Let's see if it'll automatically attack. No, it doesn't look like it. Is it like the dragon or the Sea King? Yes. So, if you are standing inside of him, he personally will do damage, but he will not attack. His body will do damage, but he himself will not attack. Or she. Ustedes. See, that's super quick. Now, let's move over here. Swap over to the Dewoopa build. See, he pretty much kills him within a hit or two. So with the Dewoopa build, the Dewoopa back on, Charred Fang, Ocean Jewel, and then the Antlers. And the Antlers are here for magic damage multiplier and healing power. So healing power is how much lifesteal does, and also your passive healing. So if you take damage and just sit there. So they did make it to where you can't hit him when you're just standing here. So there's 2 places you could stand, or I guess multiple places you could stand. You could stand here, I guess go in first person. You could stand back here, probably want third person. could... Oh, that's why it's not doing that much damage. I forgot. You're gonna want the Great Shield for the armor shred. It also gives you bonus armor, but less health overall, but more attack speed. That's good for this build because this scales off attack speed. So now, had a little lag spike there. So, let's see. And you're pretty much killing them before reach right here, which is pretty good because that still leaves a good chunk of space before they're actually doing damage to you. I don't know why I keep lagging. Yeah, that lag transferred over to your guys' end too. Let's see, just reaching right about there and then dying. Now with the Dragoon build, put on everything from before, use Dragoon Laurel. I guess you might be able to do it with the Dewoopa. Just sit here, click and hold, and then they'll deal with it. For a AFK strat for this guy, it's my build from earlier. I believe the first build I showed, which is the Firebrand, Unholy Great Shield, Sea King Crown for the armor shred, and also your little Sea King will go out and attack. Then the Holy Charm, which is what ties this entire build together. Mystic Mage Ring, which adds extra damage, magic damage multiplier, but less bonus health. And this right here is all you'll need. Oh, I don't have armor on. Yeah, classic armor, obsidian skin, mage legs, and then press F. It is the fastest way to kill him. So if you take some sort of macro, I usually use Tiny Task. You could use more professional macros that'll get the timing right. Or you could just have Tiny Task just spam F, and you will be doing about 2 billion damage every single time. I just realized my hair's been crooked this whole time because I've been looking at my phone. Let's see. So the reason why you'll want the Seeking Crown instead of this is because this is Armor Shred, this is Magic Power. If I were to put on the Dragoon Laurel, see, that's significantly less than if I were to put on the Seeking Crown. In this game, Armor Shred will be your best friend. But in this case, because you're doing so much damage, you won't need the Charred Fang. You'll want the magic damage multiplier. I only suggest Charred Fang is if you're doing consecutive damage, right? Using something like the Dewoopa or a sword. That way your armor shred then increases. But if you're doing something where it's one attack, you expect that one attack to do all the damage, you won't need it. Insta-kill. Now you could sit here with the macro, just pressing F the entire time, and you'll be good. And notice I'm just constantly looking down. Me. There we go. So I think that'll conclude it. If you have any questions, leave a comment down below. If you have a specific build you would want me to use, leave it down below. If you have a specific item that you've been wanting to put into a build, I'll make a build for you, something that'll do enough damage to get you through the game. Even if it's just a standard sword, right? Or, I don't know, the party cap. I'll use the item you want and make a build around it. They keep giving me these. I don't need these. I don't need your repair hammer. The only reason why I keep one is because it is kind of rare. You can't farm it. I keep a lot of the old things just in case I ever need to use them. Now, one more thing. I just noticed that bazooka cannon in there. I wonder if I could use that instead of the whoopa. Let's see. So before the Dwoopa was doing what, 1.3, 1.7 thousand trillion, I mean. So let's go back here. Dwoopa, shield, charred fang, ocean jewel, antlers. Alright, so it was, oh, it was 1.7, well, 2.7 I mean. So let's take that party bazooka and never mind, guys. The Dwoopa is not the best build. It's the party bazooka. How much range does this thing have? It doesn't look like much. Here, let's test out the range. Yeah, we can just test it here. So, oh, you're hitting them from back here. But it does count each individual piece of confetti. So it looks like this far. I don't know how far that is. Looks like this is the minimum or maximum distance you could be for a hitting. Looks like for the best DPS, it's about this far. So here, let's go take this bazooka and go against the Sea King. You know, the Dwoopa was doing just great. Let's see if the party bazooka will do any better. So, question number 1, can we hit him from the floor? You can. Ooh, that is some lag. Wow, I'm lagging. Why'd that sound like a bunch of baby goats? That was weird. From back here, like with the Dwoopa. So it looks like technically it's doing more DPS, but since it doesn't have the Dwoopa's magic resistance penetration, it is falling behind significantly. So technically it does have 5 trillion DPS, at my level anyway, but because of that magic resistance penetration, the Dwoopa is better. Here, let's try it against some normal people. Okay. So it's not one-shotting them like the Dwoopa, but the damage is still there. Let's test it out on this guy. Decent damage. Let's put on the Dwoopa. Yeah, you're two-shotting with the Dwoopa on him. You're one-shotting all these guys. Where are you shooting that magic? So, here, let's just see if I could get this guy's staff, because I've been told that this guy's staff is good for magic builds. And so is this guy's staff. You could get either or. I'm not quite sure what the difference is, or what their stats are. So here we go. Let's get that one. Let's get both of them, just to see. Let's just set this to date. So with this one, it is doing a decent attack speed, magic power. Let's see if we could just interchange it with the Dwoopa. Well, I believe I remember why this is so good. Unless they patched it. Or it scales off attack speed. So currently the shield I'm using, the undead, doesn't have any sort. Oh, it does have attack speed. How about these? Attack power, but not attack speed. Let's see if it scales off attack speed. Negative attack speed. Wearing full mystic set gains 100 attack speed, 100% attack speed. Okay, that's 25% attack speed. Let's just throw that on there as a placeholder. Checking everything for the highest attack speed. Let's see if we're able to just break this. So it looks like the Mystic set, or the Illusionist, right, the full Mystic set, which I'm actually almost using, this full set. Now let's see what we could do with it. If the lag stops, I'll be able to show you. I see why they say this is so good. You could just set an auto clicker. Let's see how good it fares against Mr. Dragoon. Let's come back here and yeah, decent build. So if you want something that you could just farm here, either get this guy's staff or that guy's staff, even without an auto clicker. Let's see, holding as that. So this is holding. This is clicking as fast as I can. And this is an auto clicker. So definitely pretty good. So you get the hood from this guy. I don't think this guy has the hood though. What hood does this guy have? What if this guy even drops his hood? A lot of people in this game only drop like a little bit of what they have equipped. It's not even all of it. Like this guy. I doubt he drops any of his armor. Maybe his helmet. But I do know his axe. Even that's a small chance. Let's see the range on this thing. Okay, it fades off. So from here to there. That's longer than the Dwoopa. But the Dwoopa is definitely doing more DPS. But if you manage to find a higher speed build than what I have, let me know. This is doing 66% attack speed. We've got the Mystic set. Doing 100% attack speed and minus cooldown. Let's see if there's any other shields that do attack speed. There's this one, but it's 45%. No, looks like the Unholy Great Shield. So Unholy Great Shield, Mystic Set, Charred Fang, Ocean Jewel, either Staff of Sparkling or whatever this guy's got. You got yourself a set. Throw that back on. Throw that back on. What do the antlers do? Yeah, it's just the multiplier. Right, that set. Or I guess just this guy's set. Just farm this guy. you have the vtuber set, just click hold. Sit here for a while, get the full set, get yourself a pretty good thing. So how fast does this guy even attack? Okay, super slow. I guess he doesn't know the true power. Alright, let's try the set on this guy. So go Staff of Sparkling. It's down here with the Dragoon. I don't know why the Illumivision Mystic is up here when the rest of the set is down here. But you add that. Put the chest back on. Yeah, you're killing this guy decently fast. I think the range was about here. So you could definitely kill him before, well, far enough away to where he doesn't pull you up. What does this guy even drop? Alright, that's right, his hammer, which is gravity hammer. When did I get this? So, decent set here. You got the Mystic set, Flying Ring of your choice. Well, let's see if switching up this to this set will do any good. Before, we couldn't one-shot this guy. No, definitely not. So it looks like maybe just the magic, because does this replace the magic or the ring? Yeah, the ring is the charred fang. So let's see, magic damage multiplier. No, looks like there we go. Alright, let's test out the E. Looks like the charred fang deals more damage to stone enemies. Is that what's doing it? No. Why am I doing less damage? This game confuses me sometimes. We'll see if any of these have attack speed. It's physical damage. Where is... oh yeah, looking for rings to jump height speed, but not attack speed. Damage, but 12,000 isn't doing you any good. Let's see. Tanks your attack speed. Okay, there's attack speed there. More attack speed. Now for magic. Magic power, speed, magic damage multiplier. Let's try this. Okay, this is holding. Manual clicking. Auto clicker. Let's retest it on Dragoon. Aim about here. Let's throw Charred Fang back on. Yeah, Charred Fang will increase your armor penetration. Oh, I just realized. Since we have all this attack speed, see what the true potential for this is. Yeah, see, this is where you get the Dragoon pieces. It is a very low chance. Hard to get. Let's go back to Hub of Rebirth. Almost doing 6 trillion DPS. But that doesn't have too much armor shred. Well, it does have a lot of armor shred because of the Charred Fang. Only 200% magic power. I think that's the highest you could actually go is 200%. Let's see. 4% magic power. 271% attack speed. Definitely doing a lot of melee power. What is that? 100,000. 65 billion? I believe that's just... Yeah, it's from this. Just regular. Even though this is doing 11% more. Switch over to a melee build. This. Charred Fang. Oh, I didn't have Charred Fang on. Here, let's do that real quick. For the Party Bazooka. The Mystic set back on. Leave. Okay, still doing the same DPS, except now the is this not working? Increase your armor shred every hit. So armor shred should increase, but it's not. Test with the Dewupa. See, it's increasing with the Dewupa, but not with the party bazooka. I wonder why. Fires off party time destruction? Dot dot dot. But the only thing holding this back is the fact that it doesn't have the armor shred. Rather than the Dewupa, smack that back on. It's all because of the armor shred. It's doing more DPS, but because it doesn't have the armor shred, it's technically doing less towards everybody. Let's see with the bazooka. See, the armor shred's going up. Why is it that way? Let's test the new party hat. Oh, I forgot that's on your head. Dang, the Mystic set really does a lot faster. Let's put this back on. Right, almost the other build, but swap out the antlers for the Illumivision Mystic. Swap out the chest piece for the Mystic chest piece. Okay, let's go test it out. Because testing damage there, we've seen, it doesn't mean anything. It gives you a rough estimate. If you really want to know, you gotta actually test it on an enemy. So if you're seeing YouTube videos where it's like, oh, this is the great, and they don't test it on the enemy, just those dummies, then don't trust it. I mean, this does do good, but just this extra magic power and attack power. And then this magic power multiplier kills it just ever so slightly faster. I think that's where I'll call this video. Like I said earlier, if you have any questions, leave a comment. If you have any suggestions, go ahead and leave me the suggestion. If you have any sort of video idea you want me to do, go ahead and leave that down below. If you liked this video, please leave a like, it helps a lot. If you enjoyed the content, you want to see more, hit that subscribe button. If you want to be notified every time I post another video, hit that notification bell. As always, have a good day.